Did we watch Payback?
It would have been better than this.
I feel like
even with a super problematic Mel Gibson.
I feel like someone was getting payback on us for watching this movie.
Peak problematic Mel Gibson.
So guys, we're talking about the second of the trilogy, man. This is the
trilogy?
penultimate.
Wait, there's another
Rebel
one?
Moon trilogy.
There's another one of these?
Yeah, this is Scargiver. Next one's called
God.
What's Left?
No.
Get the Empire, guys.
Hopefully it's all Carrie Ellis. Just chewing up the scenery.
All Carrie Ellis.
It's like As You Wish. Remember, he was in this movie. Did you remember that?
No.
Did you forget?
I watched this movie.
He's the king.
Very recently. I did write that was the worst beard I've ever seen.
Your beard is troubling.
So I put that old Rebel Moon, and we started out with Sir Anthony Hopkins just eating that scroll up. He's just like, he has some exposition.
It's like, you don't have to see my face, so I will just talk.
So I will just I'm reading copy and
robot, I guess, with a weird voice, weird mouth. Kind of looks like it's smiling. Roast.
Because we're gonna need it to get through this.
Ooh. So reminds me of a better flower power.
It's called Mortal Blooms, I guess. So we got Cora and Gouda, I think someone's name is.
Gouda.
Mighty Tack.
Named after the cheese, yeah.
Titus, whoever it is, Tight Ass.
Titus O'Neil, I believe.
And of course, Darian Bloodaxe. You remember him, Matt?
Don't forget about Darian Bloodaxe. Darian Bloodaxe is dead.
Super dead. And the remaking of the villain from the last movie, I think his name was Chad, into Giga Chad.
Yeah, he got a Giga Chad. That's Atticus Noble, of course.
Boy.
Ed Scream.
Boy.
Scream.
Yeah. Ed Sheeran?
Scream.
Oh.
Scream.
That's right. I'm playing with it in this movie.
Scream.
That's me.
His name looks like a monster in D&D. It's like a screen is coming for you. Like, oh,
but it's like a little.
Yeah, it's like a little guy.
Got
too many legs.
So they hunt past.
They're just creepy looking. Yeah.
So you have like chap through a lot of them. It's like kobolds or something.
Yeah.
Screams.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Scream is if you look it up, Scream is a villain in either. It might be Pathfinder.
Okay. I'm looking up right now.
And they are little dudes.
I'm sorry, I can't talk about looking
a
this up.
spear and a spear and a little shield usually.
Hey, we're already off topic, and it's better than
emotional damage.
Movie.
We're talking about emotional damage. Okay, there's some bad stuff happened. This guy they're saying he's brain damaged.
He's in a chrysalis right now.
Which it looks like the spider, the web fluid from like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, which I really liked. I did like that. Or like kind of like the Shelob web from Lord of the Rings.
Do you think he's gonna come out as Hot Shelob?
I was hoping that the Shelob might be.
I was like, he's gonna come out and he's gonna have like 4 arms, gonna have like wings on his back. He's gonna look like messed up.
Motherfucker got Shelob, baby.
I thought he was gonna look like 2.0.
Even have like a metal arm or something.
He just comes out as a dude,
yeah,
with some scars.
Maybe that haircut
that he would give.
That he tells you about for like a scene.
No. He mentioned these scars.
By the way, I have
like
a scar
4 fucking times. The Scargiver. We must find the Scargiver. The Scargiver is a Scargiver.
I sure wrote the Scargiver credits. And like, well, what about the Scarship? You get rid of it? Because, like, we can.
Like, no, we might find the Scargiver. And
then I'll be like, no, she gave me the scar.
And I'll give her a scar. And I'll be like, you gave me a scar. And you gave me the giver of scars. Like, okay, man. Like,
also,
who the fuck wrote this?
Didn't she, like, wasn't she the Scargiver before she killed him?
I thought so, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure he mentioned
we might have Mandela affected it into our lexicon from seeing the name of the movie next. That's all I can think of.
Why were his lips so red?
It's from the process.
Like juicy.
He's got process.
Like juicy lips. He's like,
that's what happens to the process. When you get in the goo,
give me a kiss.
They put you in the goo, your lips look better. It's actually kind of a glow up, if you're being honest about it.
I mean, I feel like I don't want to ever see Ed Screen act again.
His acting reminds me of
putting lemon juice in your eyes.
Jupiter Sending, Anthony Redmayne. Eddie Redmayne. Reminds me of Eddie Redmayne.
They're both English.
Overacting weirdness. Like, just why is it? I get what you're trying to do because really this world was stupid. But at the same time, it's just so over the top. It's almost comical, but it's supposed to be serious. And it's like, okay, I don't.
So you're like, okay, what they had this huge battle in like a what was it, like a derelict port or whatever it was, like an ambush, and they fight this big ship in the last movie. And like, well, so what are they gonna do now? They're outlaws. They like killed a bunch of dudes. Maybe they'll lay low for a while. They just go back to the planet that they literally were
same
found
place,
on.
same exact place.
And you're like, oh. And at first I was like, oh, they went to a different place.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, it's my homeland. Because Scaredy Boy is like, we're going to my hometown, blah blah, and like. You're from that place, though.
This is the place you're from.
She was there. Like, she was there with you.
Gunner, by the way.
Gunner. No, don't call this guy Gunner. He's little coward boy.
Look, I think that's actually what the subtitle is. It's Gunner.
But he's like explaining it to her like she hasn't been there. And so I was confused. So I'm like, oh, is he like from a different place and these different people? I'm like, oh no, they're just the same people. It's like the not princess person and the little Twinkie soldier guy that didn't get killed, and the big guy that looks like a Giga Chad himself.
Nathan McConaughey's there, you know.
Yeah, Nathan McConaughey's there. He's ready to go.
He's rolling boulder. He's like,
he's like, all right, and he's like, look at my chest. I
have a 9-pack.
I actually call him Tits McGee throughout this whole thing because of those titties. Those sweet milkers he's got.
Tarak, is that his name? Is he Tarak?
Yeah, the dinosaur.
Tarak,
yeah, he has dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
So they go to the. So I'm already like, why the fuck are they going back here?
I'm already questioning my life.
As if they've heard me. Yeah. They go, in the event of the admiral's death, the whole fleet returns to the mother world, and I'm like, what?
Oh, okay.
And
sure.
Okay, and so. That obviously, we've seen the scene before this, and we're like, that's not happening. So she's just that stupid that like, she's like, well, that's what happens. They can't break the code. Nothing changes.
Well, I also just like that everyone's like, Noble's dead, so don't worry, we got him. Noble's dead. Like, first of all, this lady used to be in this group. She should know they had got some weird technology.
And that they're ruthless as fuck.
Yeah. So, just assuming this guy's dead, and they're doing like an Ewok party, basically. Like,
they should have seen in this movie where they ruthlessly murder the king and queen, and then she's got to run the fuck out of there. But she's like, oh, no, but they have to listen to these commands. They never do anything treacherous. And that's literally the whole point of these guys.
If they don't have order, what do they have?
What the fuck? Right? But then, Matt, what we were been waiting for, hot kisses, just some wet.
And you're like, this was earned.
Dirty people.
Like, this was earned.
Yeah.
Like, these two getting together.
Bobo Cassian Andor is like
earned.
They had like a thing going in the last one.
Yeah. Gunner's like, hey, remember? I think we kissed in the last one. And she's like, yeah, let's do it. And you're like, what? I don't care.
And you're like, I
don't care about this.
Did I miss a book? What did I not read that this is like the chemistry is supposed to be?
Think of 300. There was a sex scene in 300.
Yeah.
But that sex scene was earned because you actually kind of get to know these characters, not as much as you probably could have. No, I'm talking about Leonidas and his wife.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying like that scene is earned by them because they are in love. So that these two people,
they're in love.
You don't care about them. They have no backstory. They have no backstory.
She saved Gunner, and he kind of saved her, which was also stupid.
Yeah, which was also stupid.
Zack Snyder, we get it. You want to write a female character, but you also want to have but males don't do the saving too. Look, this guy did it. And it happens in the last movie. It happens in this movie, and both times absolutely fucking suck.
Yeah, it's a sad sauce. It's a sad sauce. It's like the droopiest dick. It's like, oh,
fucking hate it. At this point, too, I'm fully just saying these scenes of, this is, she's gonna kiss him, and there's a sex scene, and I just say it right before it happens, and
then your wife got mad at you.
She didn't get mad at me. She just was very tired of the movie. I think and fell asleep.
I mean, I almost died during this movie. I was like, Mom, I did the Yoda at the end of Empire Return of the Jedi, where he just rolled over and died.
But the most realistic thing that happened, and that was that she gave him 30 minutes of exposition while they were after post-coital, because that's the first thing I'm like, can you tell me your backstory?
Also, that was very abrupt post-coital.
Like, how did you commit regicide? Please tell me.
I mean, the sex could have been that interesting, so I could understand why they were just like, let's go to talking now.
I feel like there's fun stuff from the sex scene that we missed. So like
her like Gunner just completely missionary,
or her going, "Is it in?" You know, something like that. Yeah.
And Gunner's like, "Do you like this?" And she's just like kind of reading a book.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just reading up my. This reminds me of my expedition. I'll tell you.
After you're done.
And he's like, I'm already done.
It's like, I finished 5 minutes ago. I thought I was giving it to you, and she's like, no, we're good.
Like again, we're writing a better movie than was written here, and it's annoying.
But also a funnier movie, which this lent to being almost a farce without any kind of funny. Which the first one did the same thing. It's like him trying to do Star Wars. This could have been
but not understanding the basic tenets of writing a story.
No, at all. Like I don't know why.
It's like someone wrote an outline and then was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna write stuff for this later," and then didn't write it.
Or like he's like wrote an outline, but then his action is like, just say whatever you want to do. It's like,
yeah. And he's like, "I'm gonna be doing this pile of cocaine over here that Netflix gave me."
And they're like, "Do we have to wait for the director?" And like, "No, just go, just
start going. The cameras are rolling. Rolling. This is my style." So they're on like a small ship, and then Princess must die. Remember, there's a string quartet playing.
There's a lot of shitty music in this.
Okay,
Ooh.
I like the music.
Nope, I do not want to hear that.
It's garbage. Because Matt, you have to compare it to the other Zack Snyder
No,
movies.
I do not.
I heard.
I rather would hear that at this point. I just went. This song sucks.
I put the string quartet. I'm because this is based on Star Wars. I'm assuming the string quartet is playing jazz music. So.
It's like the worst jizz I've ever heard.
Yeah. It was definitely some thick ropes coming off those.
They were thin ropes. Just like,
also, I for some reason the beard on the king, I was just like, this reminds me of Will Ferrell for some reason.
Do you mean classically trained actor?
It looked like a Will Ferrell prop from like SNL, like something they put on Will Ferrell, and I just had a very strong feeling from it.
Did they?
I looked it up, Matt, and it is.
It's not Carrie Ellis' real beard.
No, there was no way that was a real beard. Jesus Christ.
That was not Carrie Ellis' real facial hair.
Otherwise, Carrie was stop.
I mean,
please stop.
He's like, but money, I'm here. I'm the king in this movie.
So there's assassins. But she helped them, and they have to kill a kid, and then she kills the kid. But the kid just has like light in them or something.
Like light shoots at him. That means she didn't kill him, right?
She killed Jesus, or I don't know what's
spoiler. Kid's not dead because light came out of it.
Because jizz music. All of the hair looks terrible in this movie. Like every time they show hair close up,
it's hard to get to a plot point.
Looks bad
because there's no fucking plot points.
No, there's not.
There's none.
They literally like.
There's no plot points.
They literally intimate. They're like, "Oh yeah, remember that plot thing we did? Bye." And you're like, "No, you didn't tell us."
Then they eat like the snacks.
Yeah.
Then they got like the Empire calls like, "Hey, we're coming to get that grain."
They're playing around with grain.
Like we're coming to get that grain.
There's a grain montage in this movie. I like movies with grain montages.
Grain.
It's in this movie.
The guys gotta get the grain ready. Grain.
I don't.
Montage.
I put. We're still doing Farmville here. I have no fucking clue what's happening, and I don't like it.
Counterpoint. This would have been a better Farmville movie than Rebel movie.
See, Matt. Okay, so I have an idea of why this is in here.
It's Farmville.
It's for like they're doing their own branded kind of Farmville.
Or they're trying to get like that demo.
Can you grow the grain for the Imperials?
Over 50 demo that played Farmville a lot.
Imperials, and you're just like, oh, I gotta put my resources here.
It's like I
built a grain storage over here. Yeah,
here's some raspberries now. They grow really fast, I think.
One can only hope that that's what they were doing. I mean, it never came to fruition, obviously, but it's just like, man, this sucks. Guys, by the way, brain damaged guy is crazy if you find this out. He's crazy.
I mean, he's not really much more than he was before.
No. Nope.
Like, they made it sound like he's so much worse, but he kills
the guy with the word hat. That's a doctor, I think. Because, like, everyone is wearing...
fine with that.
Everybody's wearing Nazi clothes except for the doctor.
Yeah. Like, also, they're just fine with that. They're like, yeah, it's fine. He'll be okay. Put him back in the field. Like, no mental help for this guy? Like, there's
the uniform designer's like, I want one guy to look like a crazy S&M, Chinese farmer guy.
How do you think, like, the guy under him felt? He's like, I'm going to, rise up in power now. I'm going to be, like, the commander. And they're like, no, we just brought him back to life, and now he's crazy, but we're just gonna put him right back in there. It's like,
no.
oh,
yeah, but that guy was totally cool. He's just like,
oh,
okay,
that's cool.
Yeah, he wasn't even like that's what you think. Like, oh, he's gonna guy kills him at the end or something. No,
or at least has like a problem with it.
No, he's just like, oh, that's fine. Yeah, he's cool. I didn't want to lead anyway. Awesome.
I was just thinking this guy's nuts, so just throw him back in there. Like,
you know, it's gonna really work. This guy being in charge of it.
But also wasn't that much more nuts than he was last time. Like, maybe a tiny bit more reckless, but. Reckless before.
The stupid grain scene, the grain montage scene starts with him like smashing some wheat in his hand and like blowing it away.
Yeah, that's what you do. Like, that's how you know it's good, I think. Chaff.
They just never like seen anyone farm before. I don't know.
That's how farming works. You think you crush in your hand,
and it blows into the storage unit.
And it blows into the bag. And then you take the bag and you put it next to a building instead of inside the building where it's dry and safe. You put it like right outside so the sack gets
we get a little bit of like maybe romance thing between the little Twinkie dude and the princess lady. And I'm like, I think he wants to show her how to train that dragon. You know what I'm saying?
Like, hey, I can really help with that if you want.
So they're also like. They're also. He says
Jay Baruchel should have been in this movie, by the way.
He says Scargiver again. Oh, Jesus.
I told you, he said it like 4 or 5 times. But he said it like 3 times each time he said he'd like, oh, find the skull.
Also,
show the skull she gave me and then give her the skull.
A major part of this grain montage is the black guy working in the field, and you're like, this is uncomfortable. Hey.
Yeah, but counterpoint, they needed to use Jumon Hansu and make some money, because he's probably going to pay like $1 million to do nothing at this point. Like, really, he's like, I'm here. And then everybody gets to like dream montage where they're like, bad things happened, and I had friends and they all got killed, so now I want revenge. And
they're like, tell us one secret or something. So we're like playing like a game or something.
But every single person had the same impetus. Every single person. They were a hero that had friends that got killed, and now they need to avenge that.
But Ninja Jedi lady, hers sings a little longer than everyone else's.
Yeah.
But so you're like, what's gonna happen with that?
Same thing. It's the same exact thing. Like, literally, you couldn't think of anything. Oh, God. Like, one guy should be like, I just like to fight. That's like my thing. And why should,
there's about, it's almost a minute's worth of the Manhaju filling up a thing of water. Like, they film it from beneath, and it's like artsy maybe, I don't know. And then they like show him drinking
water. It's artsy when you're doing coke, yes.
And,
like Zack Snyder did right before, he's like, okay,
minute down.
He's like, okay. He's like,
there's a minute down.
Pour water. And then you're going to put the camera inside of it. Everybody's like, oh, water.
And then they do like a big reveal later where he's like, he's just been drinking water. I'm like, you showed us that. I don't understand.
He's like, it's good for your body. I drink water.
Like they spoil like things for the audience, and then they reveal it to the characters. The characters, oh wow, I can't believe this.
I thought you were a sloppy alcoholic.
Like, were we supposed to think that barrel was like full of vodka or something? And he's like, oh, he must be filling his vodka.
I was hoping he was still drinking, to be honest. I hope he was like,
his vodka came.
He's like, I can't give it up. I'm an addict.
I'm in this movie.
Yeah.
And Ninja Lady has just been reduced to being a mom, fully. Yeah. She's not like, she has these fucking robot arms. She could easily be helping in the field, but take care of the kids, woman. And you're like,
the one with the laser swords. Take care of the kids. Like, they could have Gunner do that.
Yeah, fully. That guy is an asshat.
But he's a man. Men don't do that.
Ooh, I'm like, what are we doing?
No, I don't. I think a lot of people on the set were doing like, hey, like the best boy grip would walk up to somebody else and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
I don't shut. Do cash your paycheck? Get the fuck out of here.
He's like, you love that catering? Shut the fuck up. Get over there. Like, okay.
Non-binary. Rebel lady, she washed off all her eye makeup. She's feeling good.
Okay, I didn't realize this was a through line. You told me this stuff. I'm just because at this point I'm just like,
sorry, non-binary person, not non-binary lady.
Yeah, sorry, whatever.
But I'm trying to.
Do we hear any pronouns at all? I don't remember.
No, but they do like just how they dress them and like they're definitely.
At this point, like I said, at this point, I'm just like.
Like one of the scenes, for instance, actually in the flashback scene, they have them in like just a vest, like a men's vest over their body, and like covering their breasts, obviously,
yeah.
or whatever.
Tastefully,
tastefully. But yeah, it's a very androgynous look, and they're definitely like going for this feature
Well, maybe Zack Snyder is.
But they also kind of intimate that like there's at least like a camaraderie between Native McConaughey and that person too, which is interesting.
Maybe they hook
but
up.
They don't show anything though. They show nothing.
Maybe they hook up next one. It's like my boobs are bigger than yours.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Like as a roller wrestler, he's got the big juicy tits, you know.
He was thick.
Yeah. Also annoying in that scene because they're making him wear a shirt, and I'm like, why is this guy ever wearing a shirt?
All right. So they have 5 days until the Empire shows up. Now, why 5 days? So they have time to move the grain, I guess.
Yeah, and basically they're just doing the grain in case they need it for leverage.
Yeah, they're putting the grain in a strategic place, so like if they try to shoot us, they'll blow up the grain. So really,
just because they need this particular grain put together by like 30 people.
Yeah, and also they're
for the Empire.
They're like this. These people were fucking with you. This wasn't like they need this grain. You didn't have that much grain. Your place sucked.
Like this is the stupidest plan. And they're like, nope, this is a great idea. We'll line the walls with grain and they'll never shoot us down.
They can't shoot us if grain is there.
What? What the fuck?
They're just shooting your grain, man. There should be like 20% of grain left.
Like the bullet goes through the grain and you just get like some popcorn
and as you see later in this battle scene, they don't not shoot. That's for sure. They're just everything.
Yeah, and they're like,
they shoot everything.
Plasma bullets.
Like, if there was grain left at the end of this, there was not fucking grain left at the end of this.
And that was even like without them, which they plan on doing, destroying the whole town with an airstrike from a giant ship.
I don't know why they just didn't do that. Like, fuck it.
No, they tried. Remember, it takes a long time. The gun goes really slow, man. It's long like a Dragon Ball Z power. And then, like he keeps like that scene is so stupid too. We're skipping ahead.
I don't remember that, to be honest.
We're skipping ahead. This whole scene, he's like looking through like this mechanical like viewfinder thing, and it's just the gun going down. Like you don't have to do that, buddy.
But he's like, that's how he trains the gun down because he's doing it manually, I guess.
Yeah, but like
there's a lot of weird technology, not technology in this movie.
Yeah.
Like first of all, these guys are farmers. They would have lost to these guys hard. Like they had no weapons.
Nah. They had the guns that were there left
they had
behind the soldiers.
The power of battle.
And the 7 soldiers there left guns for everyone in town.
Like 30 people.
Holy fuck, guys! What a fuck up on Admiral Asshole's part there. Like
all they needed was a save for the combination. They would have won. I mean,
I can't get into this. I'm sorry. I don't know.
None of us have any technical, so maybe the robot could have got him in.
I have hit it with the big hammer, the town hammer we have, because we just have that's our only weapon is the town hammer.
And her laser swords, which she can't use because she's guarding the kids.
So, but then she does use and gets.
Hey, but luckily we get to see why she has a metal arms, and you're like, oh, it's because it's the only way she can use laser swords is that she has metal arms.
Well, because the swords are conductive.
This is really
hot. They're hot.
Yeah, I think they're really hot,
conductive.
But this is a really cool scene. You're like, oh, well, that's why no one else has laser swords.
Every one of these laser sword guys has cut off the ends of their arms.
No one else can use them
because you can't pick them up otherwise.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Because that won't come back. That's the end of that story.
No, that's it. You just have to cut off your own arms, put metal arms in there, and then you get to use laser swords.
So everyone gets a little vignette, guys. We know this.
Yeah, they're all the same exact vignette.
We find Korra's dropship, which we've forgotten about.
Yep.
Also, just works. You're like, oh, they're gonna have to fix it up. No, they just turn it on and it's fine. He's like, it still works. I can't believe it.
It's fine.
Neither can we. We also can't.
They had a battery in there. It's fine.
And somehow we found this ship. I was like, who can fix it?
That ship.
I was like, who do they even have that can fix the ship? Because they killed that smuggler guy, and then they're like, no, it just works. And you're like,
I would have said Gunner.
Solved.
Gunner can figure it out.
He's like, I would hide in the circuits because I'm so afraid to find it, but I would fix it.
But then I knew yellow. If you connect the yellow to the red, then everything works again. Hotwired.
Yeah, so Jesus Christ. Let's keep going. Oh, you see, Cyborg. Okay, yeah, Tits McGee's parents are the king and queen. That's a different place.
Turok, obviously.
And but also, and this is one of my favorite. And there's like a lot of great fashion. And I think if you give this movie anything, it has some great fashion. You got the fascist dudes. You got the tiny little hat on Nemesis. You got the.
Zack Snyder had known clothes horse, so
the only neo-Nazi haircut that she gives herself, Korra gives herself, but then you have a scene with with Native McConaughey in it, of course, Turok. His like mom commits suicide, but he's standing there in like a weird
backstory,
cowboy outfit with a pork pie hat on, like just like a little flat like pork pie.
Because he's from some other time.
What? Can we bring the pork pie hat back?
Okay, I feel like this is when somebody makes like a D&D campaign, but they start mixing genres and then they get a little too in too deep.
Like it's called leather punk, and that's not
and they get like he's like, well, he's from a Victorian city, I guess.
I use my Call of Cthulhu character. Use my Call of Cthulhu character. So basically, he's got a pork pie hat on. It's like I don't understand what's happening. Oh, also, fucking. So Weenie Guy just happens to be Gunner. He's a weenie.
What's the robot's name, by the way?
The robot's name is James. That'll do me. Just James.
Yep. James.
Guys, James is back! James!
It's me, James.
What?
James. Why?
Like, you have the stupidest name. Why, man?
That's a regular name.
Like Turok, Korra, Titus.
Even the wiener's name is Gunner. Like
James.
You should have been Gunner. You guys changed names.
Switch name. Nemesis. Someone's saying Nemesis. And I'm James. And me, James.
And now I have a headdress on, and my name's James. I made it.
I'm wearing a little deer horse. Have you seen?
By the way, do you want to know anything about this character? You'll never find out.
Have you seen any other deer on this planet? You haven't. You fucking haven't. You've not seen any deer on this planet. Where'd the horns come from, James?
He's like, I kept these from my old place I lived.
I just had this phone with me there, back.
It was my knapsack.
I don't know why I was going to cut it's my old accent. Oh, the phone going on.
This thing started recording my voice. What are you doing?
So Cora basically like runs into James like, you gotta choose sides, and he's like, fuck off, and like walks away and like, okay, he's gonna join their team. Like it's not like he's gonna, I'm on the bad guy's side now. Like he's not doing that. But he just leaves because you only had that much for Anthony Hopkins voice money.
They didn't. They gotta save that money up. It's like we can only get him in the studio for 14 minutes. Like that's fine. We'll get him.
So of course they're like estimating when they're gonna get there, and they get there early because they're a fucking global empire, like or the galactic empire. Like, yeah, they get there with fucking
ships that can fly through space.
Yeah, like, you guys are a bunch of farmers.
Yeah. I mean, how would they even know how to estimate how long they're gonna be? I don't know. Sure. But also, here's where the action happens. This is where it's like, you're like, oh, the movie's going to kick into high gear. Here it goes.
But you're also like, how? Like, these guys had like conservatively 2 days of training.
And there's like 20 of them versus like legit 20 tanks.
Yeah, like at least one tank, right? Like, hey, there's one tank.
One tank needs 20 people.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Especially when you don't have really anyone.
And they already showed there's multiple tanks, so you're like, oh, okay.
There's a lot of tanks.
You know what? Surrendering, I guess, is an option too, right?
Yeah, like you gotta surrender.
Because there's a guy hiding in a trench with a bazooka.
Yeah, you know what happens when a tank drives over?
Because the 7 dudes that were in there brought space bazookas with them.
Yeah, luckily they dug these like underground tunnels so they could just kind of walk through and.
Yeah, well, they do say like, oh, we gotta dig these trenches, but they're like months, like a month worth of intricate trench that they did in 5 days, and I'm like,
wait, and they were also harvesting grain then, for 3 of those days.
Yeah.
So. Exactly.
And
my brain did. My brain made that note.
Also, like their best warrior as well, babysitting children. Like, shouldn't she be showing them how to fight since she knows how to wield melee weapons?
I mean, they showed. It's basically like the villagers in Robin Hood Men in Tights, where they show them how. Jerkins, Vulcans. They show them how to use their weapons. These guys shouldn't have known how to use their weapons at all, but they're like pro.
Yeah, and then slicing the arms of the target and your head off, and you're like, okay, man, come on, dude.
Like, I'm a farmer. Okay, sure. I was already checked out at this point. And this battle though it's okay for what it was. It wasn't even that good because it was so fucking hard to track anything. Because it's just like, it was like being in a real battle. It's like shit blowing up all over the place. I'm like, I don't care about any of this, and I can't see any of it now. So this part of the movie is dumb. Like, it doesn't help the plot anymore.
Well, and it's so much CG. It's just like all these CG bullets.
And everything's just blowing up in slow motion and throwing up in the air. And it's like, I don't know where I am anymore. Like, I'm confused. I'm scared. I'm like, do I have to finish this movie?
So she also... So Cora goes up to Admiral Nazi guy and is like...
Atticus Noble.
And is like, hey... You're gonna be disgraced or slaughtered by us green dudes, and he's like, okay, no fam, and then that's how the fight basically starts. Like they're trying to do another thing, but then Gunnar like grabs a gun and shoots the little bell thing to start the fight. It's like and of course the fight doesn't start until like a bell rings.
Yeah.
Also he's like, yeah, they're just gonna go kill your women and children right now, and they're just like, no, it's fine. We're going to keep talking right now. We're going to have a little talk, and we're going to keep talking. Okay?
Maybe? Okay. Here's what happened. The DM said, I want you to do a diplomacy check type deal. Came out, just rolled a 2. So that's why...
But the DM didn't, like, he's like, oh, maybe it worked. You know, you're like, wait, what? Okay, I'm going to keep going then. But then Gunnar, who's, obviously, his character is 0 for charisma, if not negative. Like, he's probably like an 8. This dumb stat, maybe. He's like, I'm going to grab this gun and shoot it.
It's like dump stat. It's like what? Well, no. What would it not be his dump stat though? Because everything's his dump stat.
I would say his agility was okay. Yeah, he just had a really bad. He did like manual rolls. And didn't drop.
He rolled like 3
ones. He didn't drop ones.
Yeah, he rolled like.
He had like a Zardamus like 7 for strength. Something like that. So they were fighting, and it is super fun. It is like I can't believe how much.
No, it's not.
Like how much great stuff is happening. Guy pops up, he shoots a bazooka.
I'm trying to think if I've seen a more brutal fight to watch in a movie. I don't know.
It was hard to tell who was winning.
Definitely.
I mean, you have to assume it's
what the fuck was going on. Like, where are they going? Is this lead? Like, usually in a battle scene like this, and there's 2 factions battling, you have one faction is the good guys, the guy you want to win, is you kind of watch them move through the field. But everything was just so clunky and destroyed that it was like, I don't know where the fuck they are. They could be 10 miles back or 10 miles forward.
And so, like, if this was the plan, it was horrible. First off, because they were like, okay, so we already know these guys are attacking our women and children, which are held in this one place. And they literally, the guy's like, it's right there. And they're going to go in there and kill them. And so,
there's so much
everyone is hidden except for the frontline dudes. And it's just basically a couple kids... and a couple women with guns, and then Nemesis, and fully getting attacked by like a battalion of dudes. Nobody's helping them. Like no one has turned around and helped. They haven't sent
people were shooting.
They haven't called the other people to like pinch or attack them, and Nemesis gets fucking murdered. Just full ass murdered. Like her arm gets cut off. And you're like, oh, she's gonna like maybe she'll be okay. No,
at least no one else can pick up her sword because you need metal arms to do that. So that's nice.
Well, and they do not. Her sword stays on the ground. And is never picked up again.
Yeah, because she has metal arms, and if anyone else with real hands would have picked it up.
But there is Beardo, and Beardo is like, I'm a big bad Beardo with blue swords, and I have hands that are made of metal. Look at me, and you're like, blue's bad in this movie instead of red, like Star Wars. The opposite. You got him.
It turns Star Wars on its head, okay? And like, wow,
wow. Yeah, so like,
turn on its head.
Nemesis dies. The little kid cries about it.
But at least Nemesis died doing what she loved, getting murdered.
They just like taking care of kids. I don't know, because that's what she would like. She said.
Yeah, you remember like in her flashback scene, she had like a wet nurse, I believe. So
see, I used to be an au pair.
Robot arms.
Before my robot arms, I was an au pair. It's hard to hold babies now.
She helped deliver babies.
I crushed them with my hands now. But then, like literally after like she gets killed, everyone's like, "Let's get out and help!" And you're like, "Where the fuck were you guys? Why were you not helping?"
For Nemesis, I guess.
And also, like, they come out just in time to stop those dudes from killing all the women and children, but they could have not. They could have, like, before that, and stopped them from killing Nemesis.
But they need
your
that
best frontline fighter.
Okay? Because then you felt sad, and you're like, oh, maybe they won't win.
But you didn't feel sad. You were like, no, that was stupid.
I didn't really care at all.
Like, this was stupid.
I didn't care at all.
Farmer dude's going hog wild. That was fun. Just watching him like, I'm a farmer. Look, I can say so.
He was very good at fighting.
A lot of guerrilla warfare going on. People popping up out of trenches.
That's how you do it.
Things.
When you're a green guy, you gotta.
Of course, the Imperials don't know anything about that because they fight fair, I guess.
Yeah, and they've only fought in like line battles. They're kind of like the British, where they just fight in a line.
I
think they all have muskets, if I remember correctly, or laser guns. There's just 1,000 lasers shooting and no one gets hit. Too. That's my favorite part.
Like, there's a lot of
just too many fucking
horrible slow mo that like is Zack Snyder. It's what he does. I get it. But like, there's so much, especially with all the CG, that you're just like, ugh.
And it looks ridiculous when you have 1,000 lasers shooting around a person and they're not going to hit by anyone because that just means you guys are really bad at shooting.
Yeah.
So you have to
the guy's point blank like, like, no, you just, how did you miss him? He didn't even move. He's in slow mo.
Like there's 1,000 laser bolts going by this guy, and he's like,
Bazooka Boy finally gets fucked by a Nazi dude.
Finally. But like in a hot way though.
Yeah, it's a really hot Nazi fucking way. This guy's not the hero. He gets like thrown. He gets thrown.
I don't even know his name.
He gets thrown on the transport ships, and then you're like, oh, he's gonna fight the actual main villain. And he's like, yep, here I go. And he just
like, maybe I'll take him down. Woo!
Yeah, and then he gets like he doesn't like another weird thing. And it's like the end of that little scene. He like slices his throat or something, but there's no blood. They don't really like do anything, like no CG blood, and then he just throws him off the ship and he's like dead and he's falling.
Well, maybe they ran out of the budget for blood.
Like, did they forget to do it?
Like, if you just slice somebody's throat, it wouldn't just start bleeding automatically.
I mean, it probably would.
No, it wouldn't. Because it would take like a couple seconds.
There's a lot of blood.
So by that time, pushed off.
They're gone. The blood.
No,
but they also show him falling for like a while. He's falling.
Yeah.
Like,
but then the blood like can't fall. It's like a centrifugal type thing. It's stuck in his body. He's fine.
He's fucked. And he's dead. And you're like, okay, not that guy.
I didn't remember your name.
Yeah, like, not Fabio's brother. Like, yeah. So at this point, they're like, we gotta go and do Plan B while you guys keep fighting. And so Scargiver and Gunner,
what was Plan B?
Rocking out of there. They're getting the ship. They're gonna attack the ship. They're gonna sneak on the ship. And they're gonna blow up this ship. Big old big ship.
I think so.
So they like get very easily get to this like the main engine room, which is like a dude's face in there too. He's like, guy. You're like, what's that about?
I like the aesthetic.
They're putting like she's putting like these charges that are very bright green. They go from red to green.
Like you can
just right on the, and then they leave. And you're like, okay, so like
I know this is impetus in a lot of shows and movies where they put something in there, but it's easily seen from like
so like several bad guys just walk in there and they're just like, where are they? I can't find them. That's not weird. Okay, like look, there's like 7 weird blinking, glowing, noise-making charges. Yeah, like. And they literally show that's a normal sound on them, and I'm like,
a normal sound.
What the fuck is happening? Also, she like goes down and just fucking hots some fucking coal mining dudes. They're just like shoveling coal, and she's like just shooting them all.
Like shooting the janitors at the Death Star.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck, man? That's not even cool. I got you, bitches. Oh, to the service for kill shot. It's like when you're like, I just need a couple more experience points to get to the next level, so I can kill these little kobolds over here. Man, the one guy runs at her with a shovel. I'm like, okay, that guy maybe shoot him, but like the rest of these guys are just doing their job. They're not even getting paid that much.
No, they're not getting paid. They're not getting laid.
They're not getting laid. Their dicks are like all melting and shit.
Also, I mean, they're dead, so that part wouldn't help either. Are we almost done with this? Because I feel like we got that climactic scene.
We're not as close as we think.
No, we should be. I think we should be done.
So Gunner's on the ship. He's just being Gunner.
Yeah,
he's Gunner and
that's
about.
what Gunner does.
He keeps looking.
He gets like worried.
Gunner is a tool. He
gets like worried.
Yeah, he's like, I'm worried. Is she coming? I have a gun. And he's still fully disguised. So then they like he's in the ship and she's like trying to get to him at this point. I mean, even skip the part where they pretended to be injured and that was too long.
I don't remember it.
That scene was too long.
I have no memory of it.
Because he's like, I can't find any of the wounds in these guys, and they're just laying there like selling this. Like there's something like, oh, we're waiting for the big guy to come in the room.
Okay, would you have thought this movie is better or worse if they like, I can't find any wounds, and they went because they got tickled?
Yeah, or just instead of like, okay, we're just gonna shoot you right now. And also they kill like just a bunch of medics. These guys have no weapons. They're the doctors that came to save you.
Yeah, but how are you gonna get the?
And you just murdered them.
Yeah, but they're dicks.
Like fuck, dudes. War's hard, but like this is you're literally committing war crimes. You can't shoot the medics.
Those are little war crimes.
Okay, little tiny war crimes.
And plus, this is a different galaxy. I mean, maybe war crimes are cool there.
There I am. I wrote war crimes.
War crimes are cool. Yeah.
Right. And the Nazi guy's like, there's less mouths to feed now.
I mean, that's what you say when you're.
Let's blow up all our own troops because there'll be less mouths to feed. And you're like, okay, there's only 5 dudes left first off, and they put out for you, man. These guys are putting out. They're shooting farmers, killing little kids, and you're gonna fucking shoot them in the back with a weird cannon from space? Fuck off, man. That's how you know this guy's a bad guy.
Well, I mean, there's gonna be a real
this cannon,
big bad fight soon.
But you're like, this cannon can go off at any time, and then they start moving the cannon in real time.
All we have to do is move a little bit. We just have to get it centered in the right place to shoot it.
Yeah, and so like it's going slowly, and they show this scene for like maybe 5 seconds, but too long still. And then they show him like looking like another guy looking through like glasses at a thing for like 5 seconds. And they show the cannon moving again for like another 5 seconds. And you're like, this feels like an eternity. This feels like I want to die. And what are we doing? Please stop showing me this. We get it. The cannon is slow. We understand. Please move on.
And we already think it's a dumb device, but at least we were in on it.
Once it gets there, they're going to be in big trouble. Like, okay.
And then Scargiver, I'll give her a scar with the cannon. With a shoot her, and the scar will get her with the Scargiver.
Yeah, so they finally kind of corner her, and then she's like, well, guess what? Everything's about to blow up. And then it does blow up. And then ships start going down.
What? Ship's going down.
And like, but it's sideways going down. It's like everybody's just fucked sliding. And
you know how it is when you are sliding on a smooth metal floor. There's usually no obstructions, so you don't get hurt.
We've also fully skipped the part where she obtained
on purpose
a sword. The sword.
A laser sword.
A laser sword, which can only be picked up in her metal hand.
So does she cut off her hand?
She tries to pick it up. And she, oh, my hand, my fingies! And then she throws it down. But then she gets the scar. She's a Scargiver.
Then she cuts her arm off.
She instead cuts a little bit of cloth off. I forgot even what it was. I think it was her jacket. And then wraps it around there, and she's fine.
So, maybe, okay. Maybe in this universe they have not invented hilts. So it's like the first hilt that's ever been invented.
Or like insulation of any sort.
Well, I mean, that
like
cloth isn't going to help.
Just put like a piece of foam there. Or
maybe
something.
the jacket is very heat absorbing.
Put some Kevlar there. Kevlar absorbs heat. Let's do it. We don't have Kevlar.
No, they didn't do that.
But we do have, thankfully, ripped up jacket.
Now we do have a laser sword.
And she pulls it right as the bad guy gets there, and then she's like, I have this sword now.
And he's like, oh, the Scargiver's here.
And also I don't have a metal hand either. I just holding the sword regularly.
Yeah, I'm just like so insane that I can do that.
Insane. And I'm a Nazi.
And then you're like, here comes the Star Wars.
And then, but they're fighting and they're going sideways. They're fighting on the ground, like sliding out, like, oh, fighting you on the ground.
Yeah, that's not conducive for fighting. Like just sliding and falling, like you're going, like you're trying to hit people.
Then of course the sword gets kicked away and bends in the wall. You're like, I guess it's the end of that sword. You won't be able to use that now. It's gone.
I mean, it's embedded. It's stuck in there.
But of course, without her sword, what is she? You know, besides a horribly deadly warrior that's killed like 30 people.
Yeah, like
we watched her kill like me.
She's world renowned as a fierce warrior.
Yeah. But no, she's just easily knocked over and he starts to choke the life out of her.
How is she gonna get past this now?
He's crazy.
He's very strong.
And also Gunner hit the wall. He was like, oh, my shoulder.
Plus he's filled with goo now, so he's extra strong.
I'm Gunner. Oh.
I mean, he was a wuss to begin with, so.
But not wussy enough to fully pull a sword out. That's
what a man, what a mighty good man. Now he's a Scargiver too.
Like, now I give you a scar. Men also are men save women. My goodness.
And she's like, after this, I'm gonna fuck you. And he's like,
But he's also, remember, he does have a little bit of damage. He's damaged. He got a little damage.
Destruction, terror, and mayhem.
He's like, I got shooties in my chesties. Ooh, damage. And so they get off together, and he's not that way, guys. They get off the ship together because, of course,
this ship is also falling at like 2 miles per hour. Yeah. Like it's like the slowest fall of any ship.
It's not
how ships work.
A lot of wind
resistance. It falls terminal velocity.
Really, a lot of wind resistance.
No.
A lot of wind pushing
air
pressure. And stuff.
I'm like, dude, you could have like
Just
gone under there, grabbed something,
off,
and then just ran out. Ooh, I dropped my nickel.
They just jog
a slow jog off that thing to get out of there.
Like it'll be 3 minutes before you hit the ground.
I'm like, why is this falling so slow? It looks stupid.
So they somehow get a working ship and leave, though. It only one engine race, but it's still working.
They do, but...
And then, because it's like, I'm an old white looking, and you're like, oh, that guy must have been mortally wounded.
She's like, stay with me. I loved you,
yeah, remember?
We had sex.
She does say I love you, and I'm like...
Really? Are you sure about that?
Like, you seem mildly interested in him at best.
Yeah, like, I guess, comparative to everyone else.
I guess, like, if the guy's dying, and he's like,
feel better. Like, it'll stroke
he's actually standing. He's actually standing to me. He's like, oh, you do love me? Oh.
I'll go to heaven now. Oh. By the way, this battle on the ground, they win somehow?
Because the rebel fighters come in.
Because James took everyone out, right?
James like, I got them. James just disappears, by the way, like, he does like a couple things and just leaves.
James is going to be badass in
fucks up.
Okay? He's going to have war horns somehow. Maybe have like centipede arms. And then
James also like he has like a tank for skin. Like he's getting shot. Like,
yeah, he got shot like
a
bunch of times.
He's like, no, I'm okay. I will shoot you now.
It's an ancient metal, okay, that blocks laser bolts. You didn't know that, did you? You should have been paying more attention when they didn't say that.
James, I hate it.
What did he do to you? Ladies love cool James.
Also, his little horns fall off for no reason. I'm like, just leave the horns on.
I'll get more.
Just leave the horns on.
I'll get more.
Just leave them on. You can like Gort him with them or something. Come fun.
I'll get more. It's fine.
Just make him leave.
Maybe he'll make it out of metal next time. Oh, I'm so badass. James, do it, man.
Be metal, James. Who do you think is going to be the voice that replaces Anthony Hopkins when he's just...
They're not. They're going to AI him up. He's going to be fun. Keith David.
I don't like that.
You don't like Keith David, or you don't like that their AI stole his voice?
No, I think it should be David Keith. That's right.
What if it's both of them? What if it's both of them together? No, he's not dead.
David Keith's alive.
They're both somehow still alive. Maybe they meshed their voices together to make one Anthony Hopkins.
What if we instead did an AI voice of Lance Reddick?
No, they just make Keith David do his voice. Literally, that's what they did in Destiny, actually. Keith David is now doing...
having to be in some of the frame. You're like, oh, okay, I get it. He's like, I'm Zavala now. So it's almost the same. It's fine.
It's like the margarine of Zavala.
I'm Zavala Light.
I hit my vocal cord somehow. It's fine. I have a cold. Does this movie?
I did after he died. I put Who Will She Fuck Now?
What's the third movie called?
The third movie is called The Caregiver, where like just like, do you care at all?
Rebel Moon, the
fuck it. There's no fucks left to give in the universe.
Rebel Moon, Gunner gets put in that tank and he gets turned into a bad guy.
What do you think about, instead of that, Gunner's body gets Nazi guy's head put on it?
What if it's Rebel?
Like, I'm gonna fight you with my little weenie arms.
They take Gunner's head, they put it on the Nazi guy's body.
Look, I'm really buff now. You want to do it? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. And you're like, what?
What if they take his head
and put it on Charlie Hunnam's body?
Put it on Revenant's body. What's her name?
Nemesis. Revenant. What if they just put his arms on her arms?
Oh my god.
And then she has like regular arms again.
We have to watch the third one of these movies.
Yeah, but not the entire Rebel fleet showed up, which was like 6 fighters. Like 6.
They all look like World War II planes if you just had fists.
It looks like when you drew a fighter when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Like, look, these big gun arms on them.
Big fist arm things. That's because this is what Zack Snyder's doing while they were acting. He's taking
you're telling me that you don't want a James action figure on your desk right now. Todd McFarlane makes a James action figure. Are you buying it?
If Todd McFarlane made it,
McFarlane made some good toys.
What if they made it into a Major Bendy?
Matt, would you buy Cora in Admiral Nazi face and just make him kiss? Like, we're in love now.
Like, oh, Scargiver, I love you so much.
They call me the Spank Giver. You're like, oh no.
That's the third movie. Okay.
Guys, we love this. Matt, would you say this movie was better or worse than Yoga Hosers? Have you rethought your life choices?
This movie was forgettable. And this movie is definitely on par.
Wait, you said unforgettable?
In terribleness with Yoga Hosers because there's so much potential in a movie like this, but no care was given to making a good movie out of it. It was just like some guy. There's no way. There's no way you can look at this and be like, "That's okay." Like somebody should have been like, "Zach, no, you can't."
Like, hey, stop.
Like, bro, look at. Are you looking at what I'm looking at, bro? There's no way. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll put all the good stuff in. It's not a cut."
Like, but look, the tank looks like a turtle guy. Like, okay. And look, all the ships look exactly the same. Like, okay, that's fun too, I guess, right?
It's not better than the Yoga Hosers.
Was it better than the first one? How about that?
I don't think so.
I think it was worse.
These two together might have made a good movie if you cut about half of each movie out and made it into one movie.
Like any of the slow-mo.
Because all the montage stuff that was the first movie should have been a montage for the first half to make you care about the people in the second half. But none of it was so disconnected. Even though it was only a few months apart, it didn't. I didn't care about any. I don't care about a single character in this movie at the end. I'm just like, okay.
Would you have known if Charlie Hunnam's character had come back? Would you have been? Oh yeah, that's.
I would have forgotten he died.
Like this makes sense.
100%. It's fine. I wouldn't have forgotten he died. If they didn't even mention it, he just like walks up and he's like, he's with the good guys again. You're like, oh okay.
When the rebels came at the end, I was like, the rebels. I forgot about the rebels.
The blood axes there.
Yeah, the blood axes. Because they were nothing. They were nothing.
And they sound really important, right? Like the rebels. Ooh.
And I was like, oh yeah, because the non-binary person they were a rebel. That's why they were
with
there.
their brother, who was the other rebel dude.
He was dead. Yeah.
Or no, that's not her brother. The lead lady is the sister of that guy.
Yeah. Sure. Right. Is it a movie about sunglasses? We don't know.
Burn Notice is better than this. Okay.
Guys, thank you for staying with us this whole time.
Burn this.
Yeah, please don't watch it.
You don't have to. Do not want. Yeah, don't even burn after watching. Burn before watching.
If you're forced to, take the bullet instead. Bye.